And we're going to start in a standing position. I'm going to kick the UGG boots off. And we're going to start with a little bit of a vinyasa. So I want you to take a nice big breath in. Big breath out. And I want you to swan dive forward, taking the chin down to the chest, top of the head down to the floor. And just start walking out through your feet, pedaling through those toes, pushing through the knees, letting the crown of the head sink down into the floor. And then take the hands back onto the shins, halfway lift, straightening out through the spine, and then full forward fold, and then rolling back up. Back to stand, take the hands above the head. Big breath in, swan dive forward, neck tucks in, and I want you to walk your hands out onto your mat. Coming into a high plank for me, I want you to squeeze your glutes underneath you, really press through the base of your hands. And we're going to come down for a nice slow push-up, tricep style, coming down, elbows tucked to the side of the body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover, knees come down to the ground, pull your chest through. If you like, you can also press up into up dog, so you're sitting up onto the backs of your toes. Just stretching through your lower back, pushing those hips back, tucking the toes underneath you, and then returning back into down dog. From here, pedal out through the feet, drive backwards through those shoulders. And let's get a little bit of heat into those legs. So find yourself down into a hovering position, knees holding just above the floor. I want you to lift and squeeze up through the belly, holding your knees just maybe 10 centimeters off the ground, building a little bit of heat through your abdomen, through your quads, through your shoulders, neck nice and long. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoot those hips back into the air, and let's repeat. Let's have a little bit of a break before we do. So roll your body forward, come into that half hover, shoulders directly underneath wrists, wrists underneath shoulders, knees hovering off the ground. Hold for 10, 9, 8, snap up through the belly, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoot those hips back. We've got one more to go. Pedal through the feet. Stretch through the shoulders. And then coming down, tuck the belly. Hover those knees. We're here for 10. Nice flat back. Imagine that you've got a cup of tea on your tailbone. We're here and we're hovering for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Shoot those hips back one more time. Before you bring your body weight forward into a high plank. Again, squeeze those hips underneath you. Squeeze your glutes. Hands nice and broad. And from here, we're going to build a little bit of heat through our shoulders. We're going to start warming up. So I want you to sink your chest down to the ground. Keep your arms straight for our scap push-up. And then drive the floor away as we spread our shoulder blades, our scaps apart. Sink the body weight down. Pinch those shoulders. Push them through. We've got 3 more. Core tight. Butt squeezed. And up. 2 more. Sink those shoulders. Arms straight. Pinch the shoulders. And through. And then last one. Let those shoulders move. And up. Come down onto your knees. Take the knees apart, the feet together. Just stretch back into child's pose, into prayer position. Give yourself a little wiggle. And then grab hold of your hand weight. And we're going to continue in our 4-point position. Just one hand weight's needed. So if you don't have a hand weight and you're watching this one back, you can do all these without a hand weight. Otherwise, grab something in your hand, a water bottle, whatever it is. It's just designed to slightly keep you off balance so that you need to use your core to keep on course. So level 1 is you're going to stay in box shape. Level 2 is we move our knees back into a 45-degree position, about 30 centimeters back. And then level 3 is up on our toes, butt squeezed. So take whichever option you would like. From here, we're going to start with a fly out through the arms. So once you're ready, pick your option, either box, knees, or toes. Get yourself into a nice tight position, holding the weight through your right hand. We're going to lift that arm out to the side and then bring it back in underneath us. Nice and tight through the core, strong through the shoulders. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the arm back in. Stay up and into position. From here, we're going to lift the elbow up to the side of our body. We're going to kick it back. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, beautiful. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work, team. Bring your knees back into a box shape. I want you to extend out through your left leg. Focus here on alignment, so make sure the hips stay nice and balanced. Squeeze through that glute and make sure the leg is out nice and long. We're going to repeat this same sequence, but balancing on one side. So the arm comes out, then we come back in. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the leg up high. Pull the elbow into the side of the body. Let's extend those arms. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's come over onto the other side. So start with the harder option first. So we're either in that box shape on our knees or up on our toes. Pull the core in nice and tight. Wide base of support with the feet if you need it. Lifting that arm up, bringing it back down. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a little pause if you need to. Drop down to the knees. Then regain your composure. Push yourself back up. Elbow into the side of the body and kick that arm back. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay nice and straight. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Come back in. Box shape with your knees directly underneath hips. We extend out through that right leg Hips nice and balanced. Make sure that they're not elevating. And the arm comes out for our lateral raise. Lifting up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the elbow in, tight to the hip. Push it back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Coming to a high kneeling position for me. So knees directly underneath hips. Grab hold of both hand weights, and we're going to finish off working those shoulders and triceps from this position. So roll the shoulder blades down and back. Make sure that you pull your rib cage in and squeeze your bum. And we're going to be lifting those arms out, holding, bringing them to the front, dropping them back down to the thighs. Reverse it, front raise to lateral raise, back down to the legs. We've got about a minute here, so just sit into this discomfort. I'm just going to turn down the heater. I've the wrong exercise attire on. Keep going. Doing great, guys. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. We've got 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your left arm up for me. Let's hold and hover it there. We're going to bring the right arm up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Don't let the arm drop. 3, 2, and 1. Roll those shoulders back. Over to the other side once we're ready. Lift the right arm up. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Shake off those arms. Let's continue working through our biceps and shoulders. So we're going to curl those arms up and in, bring them up to the shoulders, and then extend up to the roof. Now, if you want to add this, make this one a little harder, you can also put a band around your wrists. But if you're holding a weight, if your weight's not quite heavy enough, band just around the middle part of your wrists, and we're extending up. Keep hold of those weights and then pushing back down. That's it, Loz. Keep the arms separated. Keep them nice and parallel. Pushing up to the sky. Ten more. You've got this. 10, 9, 8, squeeze those tushies. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and last 2. Beautiful, and 1. Okay, we're not quite there yet. We're going to finish off those shoulders. You're going to push those arms up to the sky. Keep the band on, Loz. You're going to drop halfway, drive all the way up, then drop down. So it's a little, let's call it a little pulse at the top. Let's go. So drive it up, drop down slightly, pulse up and through. Relax at the bottom. Go again. Drive, pulse and down. Drive, pulse and down. We've got 10 of these. 7 to go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Drive it up. Come on, we got this. And through. Give your arms a little bit of oxygen. Feel free to drop the weights. We've got one last exercise before we get into position. Loz, you will need to drop the band off, but keep holding your weights. So we're going to push both arms up to the sky. One arm's going to stay there. Elbow comes in. We're going to do 10 each arm. We've got this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Over the other side straight away. We got this. 10, 9. Elbow in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Drop those weights. Let's get a little bit of love into our abdomen. So come down, sit down onto your mat. Let's roll ourselves down. And from here, we're going to start with a little warm up with our feet on the ground. Just little teeny tiny pulses, little crunches. So first of all, we want to make sure our TA is actually on. So you want to feel like you're pulling on that real tight pair of jeans, hip bone to hip bone pulling in, pelvic floor drawing up, back is not pressing down to the mat, but the navel is drawing down to your spine. So when we poke around in there, no matter what's over the top or underneath, we should feel some tension. So from here, bring the arms behind the head, elbows visible out through the corners of the eyes. We're going to crunch up, hold at the top, and only come down maybe a few centimeters. So just pulsing here, focusing on pulling the navel in and down. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your legs up into tabletop for me. From here, we want to pull the navel down to the mat, spine pressing down. Arms extend above the shoulders, and we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, take the hands down to the thighs, and then come back down. Slow and steady. Rolling up, pulling down through the navel, rolling back down. So where the arms go, the abdomen follows, and we want to move very slowly with this one. 5 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Bring your legs back down to the mat. Circle your hands back around your head. We've got our teeny tiny little pulses again, but this time for 8. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs back up in tabletop. Feet can touch, knees can be apart. Hands come back overhead. We've got 8, 7, in through the nose, out through the mouth. 6 comes next. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs back down. You guessed it. We've got 6. 6 little crunches. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs back up for 6. Shoulders back down. Full range of movement for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs back down. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs back up. Hands extend for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs back down. 2 little pulses. 1 and 2. Arms up. 1, 2. Feel free to give your knees a little swift to the side. So we just worked quite a lot through our top abdomen. We're going to work a little bit more through the lower part. And you probably guess it, it's going to be a similar pyramid. So let's prop ourselves up onto our elbows here. Chest nice and proud. Pull those elbows in. Beautiful. We're going to extend our legs out long and we're going to tuck them back in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to roll yourself back down to the mat. Hands go underneath your tushy. Now, Loz, if you'd like to, you can modify this one into toe taps instead. Otherwise, if you're still feeling okay, joining in with the rest of us, it's a double leg lift. Drop those legs down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Roll yourself back up. Prop yourself back up onto your elbows. We've got our little knee tucks. Pulling in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, team. Beautiful. Roll yourself back down. Hands can go underneath your bum, wherever they feel comfortable. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Roll yourself back up. We've got 6. They're only getting easier from here. Easier but harder. Let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll back down. Hands can go wherever they feel comfy. We've got 6. Now you want to intensify this, team. You look down your legs. You lift your upper body up. Should have said that much earlier. 2 and 1. Feel free to go back and do them from the start if you want. All right, we got 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll yourself back down. Head can look up past your knees. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Prop yourself back up again. We got 2, 1, and 2. Roll yourself back down. Look up past your knees. Engage that core first. 1 and 2. Beautiful. Hold on to your knees. Give them a little hug. Feel free to draw a couple of circles. Beautiful. We're going to finish off with a couple more Pilates moves in this position before getting over and working through glutes. So we are going to do a corkscrew. From here, you are going to wrap your right leg, left leg over your right. So in this tight little bundled position. And we're going to wrap our elbows underneath each other as well. So we're in this tight little bind, both through our legs and also through our arms. We're going to pull in through the core, pull in through the abdomen, and then come back out, driving up, holding, and then coming back through. Beautiful. Just crunching it out. Nice and slow and steady. Beautiful. Keep going here, team. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And before we switch to the other side, we've got another nice little advanced ab move. We're going to pull the legs in nice and close, unwrap those legs, but hold on to your knees. We're going to stretch out like a starfish. So the legs are going to sprawl, the arms are going to sprawl. We're going to go whee! And then pull everything back in into a nice tight little tuck. Sprawl out, tuck back in. Sprawl out, tuck back in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, we're going to wrap the other way. Right leg over left, other arm the other way. I'm not sure which side you did before. One side will feel tighter. It's perfectly normal. From here, we're going to crunch back up to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work, team. Take those feet flat onto the mat. Give your knees a little swift left and right. I'm going to work through the glutes from this position. So rolling up, tuck the pelvis up towards the sky, drive the hips up towards the ceiling, push them up as high as you can, and then rolling back down. We're just going to do 5 of these because they're pretty easy and you guys are pretty strong. 5, rolling up. 4, rolling back down. 3, 2, and 1. Hold those hips up as high as you can. And from here, we're going to just do little pulses down. So drop the hips maybe a quarter, drive them back up. Drop the hips a quarter, drive them back up. So just little pulses. Keep the tension on the glutes the whole time. We've got about a minute. We want to get a nice little bit of heat happening through the tushy. Great work, girls. Doing great. Halfway there. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then from here, we're going to drive the right leg up towards the sky. Push it right up as high as you can. Drop those hips down towards the floor and push back up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, focus your attention onto the tip of your right foot. We're going to draw that leg down the center line of our body. We're going to pull in through the abdomen as we swipe it out to the side for a circle up and around. The hips are still getting held high. For 5. Try and avoid bracing through those elbows. Can you take your arms up to the ceiling for me? 4, 3, 2, and 1. One last exercise. Drop that leg down, straight down the body. Hover it, drive it back up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Grab a drink of water if you need one. We're going to go on to the other side. Let's get ready to rumble. Right leg, left leg up in the air. Point those toes. And let's get ready to go. We've got drop the hips down, drive the hips back up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, good, 2, and 1. Hold the hips up high. We're going to drop that leg down the center line. Draw it out to the side of our body without using our elbows, without bearing down. For 5, 4, keep everything still. Very tricky. Whoop. 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. And then 10, lift and lowers. Get the hips up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take those legs apart, roll yourself up actually before you do so, and let's just stretch out through the groin. Head goes down. We're not quite done with the glutes yet. Beautiful. Geez, where did the time go? All right, so rolling yourself over. We are going to prop ourselves onto our elbows. 4-point position, hips directly underneath the knees. We're going to finish off those glutes. So let's start with the right leg. So extend out through that right leg. Squeeze the glute and just check yourself in your camera if it's live, and try and keep that diagonal line between the toe, glute, shoulder. So you should look like a nice straight little line here. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to drop the toes down to the mat and then squeeze back up to that same height for 10, 9. Nice and strong through the shoulders. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg out high. Externally rotate the knee, so it's getting turned out. You're going to draw the knee up into the chest and then push it back into a nice neutral straight position. So turn the thigh out, pull the knee in, and then as you push back, rotate so that the leg ends up back in that same neutral spot. Great, girls. So that looks good. Pull it in, reach it out. Working through glute med here. Rotate that thigh, pull it back out. 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Prop yourself back up onto your hands. From here, hold the leg up high again. We're going to sweep the leg out to the side of our body. You can have it on the ground just for a moment, but it's not going to stay there. We're going to lift and lower it with a straight leg. So we're going to lift it up and lower it back down. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg back in underneath you. We've got the last move here, which is fire hydrants. I want you to take away the opposite hand, place it onto the small of your lower back. We're going to lift that knee out to the side and bring it back in. Snap up through the belly for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Just pushing yourself back. Feel free to spread the knees. Little child's pose. And let's switch over to the other side once you are ready. So we're going to be starting down onto our elbows. Beautiful arrowhead position we want with that leg. So let's lift it up. Let's point the toe. Let's make it look good. And then drop down, toe down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg up high. Rotate that knee out to the side of the body. We pull it in. We kick it back for 10. 9. Don't be in a rush with these. 8. Finish off the move. No partial range of movement. Want the leg to really flick up to the sky. Extend it long. Everything you've got, reaching with that toe. I don't know how many we've got left. Let's just say 4. Beautiful. 3, 2, and last one. Extend, push up onto those hands, bring the leg out to the side of your body. We've got our lifts to go. Let's do it. Lift and return for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg in. Take a moment. Opposite hand onto the small of your lower back. So the right hand comes away from working the left. We lift up, we control back down. For 10, knee bent. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Amazing work, girls. Let's have a little stretch through our glutes. Just checking the time. I don't have my mobile close to me. Let's do it. Let's cross our legs in front of us, but not too close. So pull them out a little further. And I want you to reach through with your fingertips. Allow the hips to open up. And just take your head down to the ground. Just take a moment here. Allow your breath to slow. Really breathe into your rib cage. Expand out through your diaphragm. Let the air fill your belly. Let the hips open. And let all of your good work sink in. Last 2 breaths. And change your legs so that the other one is stacked in front. Beautiful. And then reaching through, fingertips right out in front. Beautiful. And then crown of the head comes down. So when we breathe and we breathe into our abdomen, we breathe into our diaphragm. The diaphragm is so heavily connected to the rest of our body. It's connected to our vagus nerve, which helps to stimulate our parasympathetic nervous system to actually relax. So that's what helps us get out of fight mode and allows us to actually just unwind. So it's really important that when we breathe into the diaphragm, we actually really do force the rib cage out, because that will help stimulate that nerve. Also, the diaphragm is really heavily connected to your pelvic floor. And sometimes our pelvic floor holds tension, which then causes dysfunction in other areas. And it's really important to learn how to let that one go. So making sure you're taking really deep breaths allows the pelvic floor to make sure it's not holding tightness in certain areas either. Therefore, you'll be able to engage it. Let's do a little mermaid stretch. So tuck one foot into the thigh and then rotate the other leg out behind you. Sit up nice and tall, and we're going to take our hand over to the side of us, reaching up and over, getting a really beautiful stretch through our rib cage, through our arm, through our shoulders, lengthen through the fingertips. And only if you can, bring that elbow down to the ground on the opposite side, and then swing over like a tree in the wind over to the other side. Reach through those fingertips, and then let's go back again. Oh, I've got some good sweat patches happening here. Go over to the other side. Hopefully you guys do too. Tuck that leg in. Pop the elbow into the side of the body, reaching up and over, and then rotating back and through. Amazing. And then just bring your legs, tuck them in, seated position, knees bent. Grab hold of your underneath of your thighs and just roll. Even actually hold on to your hand, just roll backwards, just so you get a nice little stretch through your shoulders. Really spread them apart. Apply a bit of force here, tuck the chin in. And then sweep the arms behind your back. Stick the chest out, push your chest up towards the sky. Feel free to melt a little bit through the elbows, just to stretch through your chest. Beautiful, and we are all done. I'm gonna hit stop record for anyone that's watching this one back. Well done, let me know you joined in.